Very good. Hello, everyone. I'm National Vice President Lynn Mattern, and I happen to be in Queensland, Australia. And we wanted to start creating some more Discover Arbonnes to support people in New Zealand. And I have the lovely new area manager, Arrianna, on with me, and together we're going to razzle dazzle. But really what we're going to do is we're going to give you some great information about what's actually booming in Australia and in New Zealand and basically all over the place, I'm going to say. So getting started is a little bit about me, and how we're going to work this tonight is Ari and I are just going to kind of bounce back and forth. So this is going to be kind of a different format of what we do, but it's just a little over a half hour, and then at the end we're going to open up to any questions, so feel free to hold your questions and ask them. So just a real short bit about me. I've been in Arbonne for almost 12 years now. As you can tell, I do have an American accent, and yes, I was doing Arbonne in America and came over when we launched in Australia 11 years ago. Or 10 years ago, excuse me, 10 years ago in Australia. And I've absolutely loved what I'm doing. And I used to be a special needs teacher, and I did that for 31 years. And I have two beautiful daughters, and Arbonne crossed my path, and I said, no, thank you. And I had this preconceived idea that I didn't want to be one of those people. And so I said no. But I fell in love with the products, and then I got over myself, and I looked at the business and went, oh, this is not what I thought it was. And boy, am I glad I got out of my own way, because boy, my life has really changed, and I get to travel the world and really make an impact and meet wonderful, wonderful people. And I've met the most incredible people in New Zealand, which I love. So Ari, why don't you share a little bit about you, honey?
Well, I'm currently the owner of my own business, which is Mobile Massage Corporate. I look after 56 staff throughout New Zealand, and that business is going extremely well. And I came across Arbonne about, second week of June. And when I first discovered it, I was actually going along as a favour to a friend. So she dragged me along. It wasn't something that I was looking at the time. I wasn't in the position where I needed more money or more time. I was working from home, so I was pretty happy. But one thing that I'm always open to is there's a fantastic opportunity. And when looking at opportunities, I like to look at things where I can generate an income without actually having to turn up all the time. So basically duplicating what I can do, which is what I did with my mobile massage company. So I saw this as an opportunity when somebody similar to me got up and spoke and made me sit up and take notice. And then I went home and I got the product on my face and just thought, wow, this is a great opportunity because it's supported by amazing products, and this could really work.
So great. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much. So this business, you do not have to have any beauty background. As you can tell, both of us, didn't have that. But what we were doing was we were looking for an opportunity. So we are a global company, and we are currently in 6 countries. As you can see, United States, Canada, UK, Australia, Poland, New Zealand, and we're going to be launching in Taiwan in 2016, which is going to be the gateway to Asian market. So it's real important when you take a look at any business that you look at the background. So let me give you a quick little overview of the Arbonne business. Back in 1975, Peter Mork was a biochemist, and he was formulating for very high-end skincare companies. And the story goes that he went to a biochemist conference, and he was sitting around one night with some other biochemists. I wonder what that would be like, that conversation. And he said to the guys, hey, Because at the time it was guys. Boy, you know, we're putting a lot of terrible things in skincare. Do you think that we could possibly come up with a skincare that doesn't have the nasties in it, but still really works? Took him 5 years, and then Arbonne was built. And we started off with just a few products and slowly grew the line. And in 2006, you see that we launched in Canada, and boy, they are booming. Matter of fact, Arbonne is now rated #2 in multi-level marketing in Canada, which is fantastic in just 10 years. And then we went into Australia and the UK, and we're equally booming in both those countries. In 2009, a major thing happened, and Kay Napier became our CEO. Now, you might not be familiar with this woman, but I would encourage you to Google her name, Kay and Napier, Napier. She has changed her name as of recently to married, but Googling will bring you that. And what this powerhouse used to do was she worked for Procter & Gamble, was a very high-end CEO, or not a CEO, but a high-end executive in that business, and then went over to McDonald's and was the driving force of the healthy living in McDonald's. She joined our business in 2009 because she saw that this company had major expansion possibilities. And so since then, we have been moving, really preparing to go global. And what's cool about this is that all of us, I mean, this is case in point, here we are on the internet, and we can build our businesses no matter where we are sitting. So that's pretty cool. And now we have the state-of-the-art products that keep getting better and better. 2014, we launched in Poland, and now you know about New Zealand and Taiwan. So what makes these products so phenomenal? Because would you agree there's a lot of products out there? Yeah. Well, what you can read this list, but what's really key is, the fact is, for me, and Ari, I really am anxious to hear what you think too, but for me, I love the fact that we are coming from Mother Earth and we mix science, because we've got all these beautiful botanicals out there, and so they're actually going on our skin, and I love that. The other thing I love is the fact that we've never tested on animals. Now you might go, well, okay, Lynn, that's pretty popular now. But 37 years ago, that wasn't popular. But we have never tested on animals. And you might go, and why didn't we? Because we don't have anything bad in our products. And did you also know animal skin is different than human skin? So Ari, what on there is important to you?
Well, I'll tell you what's important to me is that something that works. I'm getting older, I'm fast approaching 50. So it is very important to me to have something that works. And I have to admit that my social conscience wasn't very strong when I first looked at this business. So what really grabbed my attention at first was that it felt wonderful, it smelt wonderful, and through my journey I've been learning about the importance of what we have listed here, why it actually works, because I know that I have tried a lot of products on the market that are, I guess, natural, and we just need it to do what we want our skin to do. So the fact that this does what we want it to do, and that it has all this great stuff. Another thing that I'm finding in New Zealand is that for the discerning buyer, these things are important. It's really important that it is vegan, that it is botanical, and we're known as a clean, green country. So I've been finding this out as well, is that people really have been waiting in our market for something that works, and for something that is botanically based, is vegan, and especially the never been tested on animals. That's really important as well.
Great, thank you. So as much as we get jazzed about what's in our products, we get really excited about what's not. And this is where we have a point of difference, is the fact of that we don't have these nasty things in our skin, in our skincare. And what we do is we educate people on reading labels. So these things, all these things here are awful, and we're so used to putting on things on our skin, and our skin's just not to hold in the blood and guts. It actually is a delivery system. And if you think about the smoker's patch or a birth control patch, okay, that's going into your skin. Well, if you're putting skin cares on there that have nasty things in it, we're just poisoning our body. So this is what really is a huge point of difference with our products. We have massive advisory board behind us, which is full of medical doctors. And this, just sum it up really quickly, these doctors validate and they say, yes, our products do what we claim they do, that we want them to do. So we have a huge range of consumable products. Now, this is Business 101, consumable and a range of products that people currently already use. So Ari, from the time that you got up to how lovely you look right now, my dear, what types of products have you used?
You've only got half an hour. So I got up, I washed my hair today and used conditioner. I used shower gel. I used my cleanser, toner, my rejuvenating serum, my eye cream for my bags from the weekend and my indulgences. The day cream, I used my deodorant. I actually don't have to moisturise my body anymore because the shower gel is so damn good. And then I put on my makeup. Do you want to know my makeup routine?
That's okay. We got it. We got it.
Yeah, you got it? You got the picture? Okay. And I would like to add that my husband used his cleanser, his eye cream, his moisturiser, and my little 4.5-year-old used his baby lotion. Oh, we use toothpaste as well. We brush our teeth in this house.
It's great that you have good hygiene. I'm so happy about that. But the point is, the reason I asked her that is that when you listen to her, were the same types of products that you're currently using? Probably. And do you know other people that do too? And that's why I kind of asked Susan if she knew anybody with skin, because anyone with skin is, if they're around people, are taking showers, are using the products that Ari talked about. And so all we do is we just ask people to try our products. So we do have our wonderful flagship, which is our anti-aging range, which is absolutely phenomenal. And if you haven't gotten your hands on the sample for men and women, then you need to ask somebody. But this is what's making a huge difference to so many people. And we are actually rated #1 with our day cream, our serum, and our eye cream against the leading multi-level marketing companies and our department store brands in the United States. And that's massive because, as you know, there's lots of skincares out there. And then we have what we call our Genius Ultra, which is about to hit New Zealand very soon. And it is taking the other countries by storm, but this is a device that applies the products even deeper and smoother into our skin by ultraviolence. But that's coming, and we get excited about that for New Zealand. So what is this network marketing? Now, maybe some of you are familiar with this, but what it basically is the fact is it's taking out all the middlemen. So if you look at the traditional, and it goes from all the manufacturer, touching each one of those arrows to the consumer is actually paying for every time that product moves. Now, network marketing, we take out all of them, and we go from the manufacturer to us as a consultant to the consumer. And what this gives the consumer is a very high-end product for a fraction of the price. And we don't advertise. You might see us in magazines, but we never pay for it. So let me just show you an example here. Ari, tell me about a fabulous restaurant in Auckland.
The doozy.
Okay? And why is it so amazing?
It's a great location, fantastic food, very good quality food. every
Okay.
time. Great service. Great service.
Okay, great. And how do you spell that? How do you say it again?
Baduzzi.
Okay. So what she's just done is told 14 of us, because there's 14 people on this call, and this call is being recorded, all about this fabulous restaurant. I never knew this restaurant. So is this restaurant, if I go there, going to call up Ari and go, oh my gosh, thank you so much for sending Lynn there. She bought great wine. She bought food. No. Is she? Are they, Ari? No. This is the power of word of mouth business. With Arbonne, Arbonne says thank you. And as we're building our business, we're getting a kickback and paid to do this. That's the power. That's one of the reasons we're going so fast, is because people are talking about our business. And are you finding that in New Zealand, Ari, about how's it going so fast?
Oh, it really is. I mean, I mean, with me, just talking about it to people is just a natural part of my conversation. For example, I'm taking a lot more notice of people's skin. I'm taking a lot more notice of what people are interested in. I was buying boots at Mipiachi down in Botany Town Centre, and this gorgeous girl was standing there serving me, and I was looking at her, and I just said to her, look, honey, you're gorgeous, but I can make you flawless, because her skin wasn't that great. And she was looking at me going, oh my God, you are flawless. Like, how can we do this? And so I was able to help her out with skincare, educate her a little bit, and she took home a trial pack, and we have an appointment coming up. But it really is just about talking to people.
Great. Yep. So easy. All right. So why Arbonne? Why is it affecting, so many people are looking at this, and we have all generations, well, sorry, not all generations, but we have 4 generations that are currently in the workforce, and that it can be applied to all these generations with Arbonne. So me as a baby boomer, why baby boomers? Well, a lot of us are, real estate didn't grow as fast as we thought, or our stocks, or our retirement wasn't as big as when 65 or whatever year you want to retire comes around. So not that I'm 65, I'm not 65 yet, okay? But what it is the fact is that we want to have the lifestyle that we've worked so hard for, but we don't want to drop in income. And when people retire, they actually drop into the 40% of what they currently were living on. No, thank you. So this fits perfect, because we, as boomers, don't want to work the 40, 50-hour work week, but we still want to have the flexibility and the money to do what we've wanted to do. Now, Ari happens to be a Gen X. You want to talk about that, Ari, please?
And I think very much the same. I mean, we're at this age, we're working hard, we're looking to our future, we're looking at what our backup plan is. And I think that another thing with my generation is that we're kind of like a middle generation. I think previous generations, kids left home probably in their late teens and their early 20s. I have got 4 kids that are 21, 22, 23, 25. And it's very, very, very difficult for them to leave home because of the housing market, just because of the way the economy is. And so our kids are staying home a lot longer than they did in my parents' age. Plus, we're also looking after our parents and taking care of them. So really, we're like this middle generation that is almost, many of us are having to piggyback both sides. Our parents look after them, which a lot of us have always done, but we didn't expect to have to look after our children as well to a very late age. And so we are just always looking for ways to just increase our income, and time is a real issue in terms of doing that.
Right. And then your daughter Jazz, she's a Gen Y. And she just went district manager, which we'll explain in a minute. Can you say why she's doing the business?
So, she's the Gen Y I was just talking about. It's very, very difficult for her to pull the money together to qualify for a mortgage, to get a mortgage. She's working really hard. And she leaves home at 6:30 in the morning. She gets home at 6:30 at night. Her and her partner and their child are staying with us because they just cannot afford to go and get their own place. So she looked at this because in terms of the extra money that she needs to make, and she is getting paid very, very well, I must add, but in terms of making the extra money that she needs to make through her job to reach her goals and get to where she wants to be, it's just not going to happen in her job. What does she have to do to earn an extra $12,000 a year? That's her starting point. Mm-hmm. And that takes several years in the job. It takes several promotions. It takes more study. Plus, with a little one and wanting another child, it's looking a bit grim.
Yeah.
So she had to look at something else.
Yeah. And then we have the 18-year-olds up to the Gen Ys, and what they're doing is they don't want to. They're so connected digitally, and so they just multi-talented with that, and they're connecting the world, and they want entrepreneurship. They want all the bells and whistles, but they can't find jobs because people are staying in the workforce for so long, and they want to have this amazing lifestyle. So it fits all these generations. Now, consumable, we've talked about consumable. With the demand for health and wellness, how are you finding that, Ari, in New Zealand?
Very high. We're looking forward to the nutrition range hitting in December. We're all waiting for it. Okay. But us New Zealanders, us Kiwis, we are known for our outdoors. We're known for, we want, good food. We want good nutrition. And we want a healthy lifestyle because, we've got all these things in our country to enjoy, and we can't enjoy them without our health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the ability to leverage time. If you think about it, everybody's busy. And you need to ask yourself, is that ever going to change? Unless we do something, then we're always going to be busy. And you think about it, you get one life. So why work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, 40, 50, 60 years, and then die, and then not experience what you really want? And this allows us to do that. And then working from home, oh my gosh, it used to be anybody that worked from home was weird. Now everybody wants to work, or a lot of people want to work from home because they want that flexibility of working around their family. And that's what it is. What's important to them. Their family is in the center and work is in the outside. Whereas before, it used to be opposite, that you always worked and the family got the leftovers. So we've talked about the fact that this is a global business and that we're totally expanding, and that's exciting. So what do? Well, we ask people with skin, hair is optional, to try our products. And if they love them, then we show them how they can save 20 to 50% every time they order. If they don't love them, that's okay. We're not in the convincing business, and we don't convince people to join us either. But we do believe in what we have. But I love that about us, because who wants to be pushed in anything? And then if you decide, I want a piece of this because it's on a ground floor opportunity in New Zealand and we're just booming in Australia, then we coach and train you on how you can earn money. So there's 4 ways to earn money. One is on your commissions. That's on your sales. Second way is coaching and training as you build a team. That's what Ari's doing now. Thirdly is we have a Mercedes cash bonus program, where at the 3rd level, you get money to drive a white Mercedes. And then 4th, cash bonus every month. So Ari, in your current massage business, did you and your lovely husband give yourself a bonus every month?
No.
Oh, and now you get that. How awesome is that? So it starts with one person. So I'm going to pretend that this is Ari. And Ari had a strong desire as you heard her story earlier. And then she found other people. And Ari, how are you finding people, or how, you're growing so fast. What are you finding that people are looking for?
Well, you know what, I mean, naturally I'm a broadcaster. So if I find something that I absolutely love and enjoy, like the doozy, I go and tell people. And the first people I tell is the people I like. So the very first people that I wanted to share this opportunity with were the people that are nearest and dearest to me and the people that I love. And so, for example, on here is my sister-in-law, and, one of my staff from the massage business is on here. I've got, some relatives that are in, and a really good friend from way back. And, it's just natural to let people know about a great opportunity and something that you yourself believe in. Going on from that, I love, being with people, and I'm just open to listening in conversation. Things always come up, like, I'm stressed out about this, or I'm struggling with that, or I just not enjoying life at the moment. And that's just a great opportunity, because I completely, absolutely 100% believe that I've got something to share. Whether or not it's for them is absolutely fine. That's their decision. But I just love to share it. So people are just coming up all the time.
Mm-hmm. And then they share more. And then they also are using products, which we talked about earlier, just the consumable products. So there's 4 levels in the business. And what we do is we coach and train you to get to district manager. And in district manager, you learn, by the time you reach district manager, you're really learning the basics about the business. Now, this business is your own business, but you are not in business by yourself. We walk right alongside you, and we match your energy. Now, you can see the money. It's okay. And you can see the average time. Now, this is throughout the other countries. In New Zealand, it happens to be going a lot faster. Now, you continue to share. Okay, and you need some people to get to the next level, which is area manager. Now, this is where Ari is, and Ari just achieved this. And what the powerful thing about this level is, the business becomes willable. So if something were to happen to Ari, God forbid, but something were to happen, her family would always get a paycheck from Arbonne. Now, how does that work? Well, take, for example, Sarah. Sarah would be so upset if something happened to Ari, but she'd probably buy a great new black dress, come to the party, and cry, of course, as we all would. But Sarah wouldn't quit her business because she's building it. And so that way, the business is always having a paycheck be sent to Ari. And that's amazing. You continue to just share the products, continue to talk to people about the business, helping people achieve their dreams, and you get your regional vice president. And this is where Arbonne gives you a car allotment to drive a white Mercedes. You get to pick any car you want, but they give you $1,100 to go towards whatever car you want, a white Mercedes. Now, why white Mercedes? We are all about pure, safe, and beneficial. So, white, pure, safe. At the time, I mean, this car is a very safe car, and beneficial, it's a nice ride from point A to point B. Continue to do that, and you become a national vice president, which is where I'm at. And that is, you start getting up into regional and national vice president, you're talking life-changing. You're talking where you have a lot of choices to help a lot of people. So we're booming with results. You also get a lot of support. You get support from Arbonne when you sign up, but you also get great support from our team. And Ari, I'd love for you to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've received from day one just incredible support from Lynn and Jody and Kim and Chris, who are all in Australia. And they have come over and they've helped me, and as I've built a team, they've helped my team. They're there for us by video, by like we are tonight, video conferencing, by email. There's just the most incredible, amazing support. I did not have that when I built my massage business. I built that all on my own. When I started it 12 years ago, there was nobody there to coach me. I had to make all my own mistakes. So it's really awesome to have people that have done this and who are doing very, very well. All I've had to do really is step into their footprints to get to where I am so quickly.
Okay. And then on top of that, there's personal development. And anybody that's been involved with Arbonne will honestly say they're just growing so much as a person. And how do you feel about that, Ari? Do you see that? Have you experienced that yet? You've been so new.
I do. Yeah, I really, really do. Just a lot more, I mean, personally, I've experienced more focus. It's great to learn new things about business and also being more motivated to invest in time into reading books. We can all learn. We've never arrived.
That's right. Yep, great. So where do you see yourself? Well, there's a couple ways. One is you can be a client and get products, or you can become a preferred client. And this is where for let's see, what is it? $31 in New Zealand that you sign up and you get 20% off any product that is in the catalog, and you are also offered 40% for packs that we have. And we have a 45-day back guarantee, which I think is phenomenal. No questions asked. If people don't like the products, you just have to pay for the shipping to go back. And you also get vouchers when you buy certain amounts that go towards your future purchases. The other way is for $121, you can build a business like Ari and myself did. $121. We can spend that pretty quickly in other things in our lives, but it's not going to absolutely change our life. And what you get is 35% off, and then we start to coach and train you. And again, it's your own business, but you're not in business by yourself. So common fears and hesitations. We all have them. We all have them. So Ari, when you look at this, what was it that jumped out at you when you were taking a look at this business?
That's a bit of a hard one. Maybe out of that list, it was what am I getting into?
Okay.
Perhaps even a bit of what will people think.
Okay. All right. And so when people ask things like that, what am I getting into? I always say, well, you're getting into a phenomenal top-rate company that supports you and helps you go to whatever you want to. And what I mean by that is Arbonne's a vehicle to get to the lifestyle that you want, or to create the money, or to, maybe it's travel, maybe it's support your parents. It's whatever you want, and you've kind of brushed it under the rug because you thought, I'm never going to get that, or I'm never going to have that. And Arbonne can undo that rug and have that. And when people say we don't have enough time, well, is that ever going to change? We're always busy. And we can coach and train you on how to work this business in the nooks and crannies of your life. Now, we don't have any white Mercedes yet in New Zealand, but we will soon, I am sure. And we have, in 10 years in Australia, we have now over 370. And we have just Kim Alley is our new regional vice president that was just earned her car just last month. Yeah, last month. Well, in August. And so that was so phenomenal. And so we have several people on our team that are driving these beautiful cars. And yes, the cars are lovely. But when I hop in my car, it means that I've helped a lot of people. And I love that feeling. It's also a nice ride. So tonight, Ari and I have told you about what Arbonne is. We've told you about who we are. We've told you a little bit about what's in it. But the question you want to ask yourself, the big question is, why me? Why should I get involved? So let me take you back to senior school. And when we went through senior school, we all had, if you think about it, some people don't want to remember senior school. Some people think, oh yeah, I remember it. Maybe some people didn't finish senior school. It's okay. But at that point, that was when you thought, okay, I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to show what I'm capable of. But what happens is we get into our 20s and life kicks in, and we end up with partners or children or debt, house mortgage, car payments, and we wake up and go, wow, it's not what I thought life was going to be like. And it's just like, Groundhog Day. And that's how I felt with teaching. I loved when I taught, but I could never get ahead financially, and time was getting away from me. And I thought, there's got to be a different thing out there that I can do. So what if it's not too late? What if senior school is way into the history, or maybe not so far? But what if I told you it's not too late? That yes, you could still have what you wanted. And again, I've talked about Arbonne being that vehicle where you can travel, where you've got enough money at the end of the month, where your savings accounts are growing, where you don't toss and turn in the middle of the night and think, how am I going to pay that bill? All those icky feelings go away. Now, some of you might be thinking, you know what? I don't have the energy. I really am not interested. And that's okay. Maybe you're saying, oh, I really, really am excited about this. I am tired of the rat race. I am tired of not having enough money. So there's 3 decisions tonight. You got to make one of them. One is you're sitting there and you've got goosebumps and you're thinking, yep, I want to know more. Well, then I encourage you to get with the person that invited you on this webinar. Maybe you're sitting there. Second thing is, yeah, sounds good. I need to know more. Then I encourage you to get with the person that invited you on and find out what else you need to know to make a decision, whether it's right for you. Or 3, you're sitting there and you're going, no, this isn't for me. And you know what? That's absolutely fine. But what I would encourage you to do is try these samples, because you certainly don't want to be poisoning your skin with skincares that are full of toxins. So I want to thank you very much for being on this webinar tonight. And Ari, it's absolutely a delight to do this with you. I love it, love it, love it. And what I'd like to do is open this up to any questions. If anybody has any, all you need to do is just click the unmute and unmute yourself and ask a question if you'd like. Wow, I think we've answered all the questions, Ari.
I'll ask one.
Okay.
Ari, what's been your best part of your journey so far?
Oh, wow. The best part of my journey is seeing my people come through and elevating, and just realizing, for example, when my daughter, that has to be special. You want to do the best thing that you can for your kids. And so when my daughter went district manager, she's a really busy girl, and she's got a lot on her plate, and she's got a stressful job that she brings home from work, but she has still been able to elevate to district manager. And when she got there, she kind of looked back and went, wow, that wasn't so bad, that it wasn't so hard. And it's just been like a fuel in her to go, right, what's next? I can do this. So that's been really, really encouraging. And then bringing others through, bringing my sister-in-law through, seeing her just achieve, and an amazing, amazing feeling that has absolutely got to be the best. I just want more people to bring through.
Does anybody else have a question?
I've got one. It's Kristen. How are you?
Good. How are you, dear?
Good. Ari, I know, it's all about asking people, and it's really not that hard. I get it. But, you've got such a successful business going on over there. Are you asking, how are you even bringing it up in conversation? Are you, you know, you just, it's in your daily conversation at the grocery shop?
I'm just trying to think of an example of the latest. Yeah, actually, I was out and I had just met somebody, and we were talking about, you know, about what we did, and I was telling them first about my my mobile massage business, and then how I came across another business that was introduced that had just landed in New Zealand 2 months ago, and thought that it was just such a great product and such a great opportunity to take on board right now.
Sorry, I keep breaking up. So you're finding it really easy just to approach people like over there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I personally, I haven't had any difficulty. It's not something that I go out and I plan to do. It's like, right, today I'm going to go and pounce on people, and I'm going to drag them into my net, and I'm going to sign them up into this business, and we're all going to go for it. But it's not like that. You know, it's listening to people as you talk, and if you know that you've got a great opportunity to offer to people, why wouldn't you? That's my biggest question. It's, for goodness sakes, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't I?
I love it. Thanks, honey.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we're going to love and leave you all, and thank you so